Hey everybody, welcome back to Lemon Branch DIY, your DIY home fixes that save you time and money. And today our project is we are going to repaint our door. You can see we've got all kinds of marks on our door. Problem is we don't have the paint. We don't know what color the paint is. How are we going to do it? Stick with me and I'm going to show you how. Okay, you guys, we moved into this house and there was a couple marks on these doors. As you can see, I've got a couple of these big marks and I would really like to just paint them up. So seeing that I don't have the paint color, I don't want to have to repaint the entire door. So what I'm going to do is take a sample to Home Depot and have them match up the paint. And you're thinking, where in the world am I going to get a sample? Well, there's plenty of places throughout my house that have this color of paint. So this is kind of white, and then the walls are kind of this other beige color. But all of the doors and the trim moldings are this white, kind of a semi-gloss. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go around the house. I'm going to show you exactly where I'm going to take the sample from. As you notice, and as I said, down here, we've got some trim molding. So you see how that trim molding is the exact same color? Well, I can actually remove that and you would never even know, because I'm going to show you how to remove it and then how to put it back. But most importantly, how we're going to get the color of paint. So the first thing that we want to do, you notice that we've got this, it's a kind of a small area, and it's been puttied up the corner and along the top and down the edge. So what we want to do is we don't want to beat up the wall. We don't want to tear out any more paint. So I'm just going to take a utility knife and I'm going to cut right along the top, just like this. And what that's going to do is that's going to separate any caulk or paint that's holding this baseboard to the wall. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run it up the middle here, just like that, because there's some caulking that's holding that into place as well. It helps if you have a really sharp utility knife also. So I've got a little chisel here, and I'm just going to carefully go behind. See how that separates just by pushing it down? So I'm going to kind of work it out on this side next to this right here next to this door frame. So if I'm just careful, I can just kind of work this down, and I'm just carefully taking my time, just working the chisel down. And you can see I haven't damaged any of the wall up here, and this is starting to bring this out. So I'm just going to go through one more time. Anything that may be holding this up. I don't want anything to happen to the rest of the wall, so I think that should do it. So we'll go ahead and just going to keep working this out just slowly and surely. You can see it's coming out. Okay, so you can see that came out really nice and clean. So we'll just go ahead and clean up some of this caulking, and I'm just going to use the knife again to just kind of cut across it. I think you can see how I'm doing that. I'm just lightly using the utility knife to just kind of get rid of all the caulk. So yeah, you can see I just am making sure that it's the right color. So it is. So now we'll go ahead and take this to Home Depot. We'll ask them to match this up. We'll get a small quart of the right kind of paint. Okay, so the one thing that I'm going to do before we even go to Home Depot, you can see all these brads. They shot really long brads into these baseboards. These are like 2.5, 3-inch brads. What we're going to do is we're just going to clip each of these off. So I'm just going to take some of my pliers here, these little snips. I'm just going to go down as far as I can, and I'll just snip these off. So we'll just go down as far as we can. We'll snip those off. All right, so we can now take this, not get poked. Take this to Home Depot and get it matched up, the color match. We have been to Home Depot. We got the color match. It was really simple, really easy. And now I'm going to show you exactly what to do to get the door prepped, get it repainted, and hopefully we're going to hide it so you'll never even know it was there. Here's what I recommend getting. It is a semi-gloss that they put on the doors and the door frames. And so you want to make sure you match up the sheen. Otherwise, if it's a high gloss or something like that, it will stand out, and you don't want that. You want it to blend in perfectly with the kind of paint that's already on there. But along with that, you will notice this doesn't have any primer on it. It's right down to the wood. So I bought a paint primer combo. This has the primer in it. If it does not have the primer, you'll have to do an extra step and put a primer on there. But a lot of paints now are including the primer along with the paint, and that's always what I recommend. You pay a little bit more per quart or gallon, but it is worth it because you don't have to buy a whole other thing for the primer. So pay attention to that. Make sure you get the paint primer combo, and we should be good to go. This is the materials that we're going to need to finish up this task. So I've got some fine grit 220 sandpaper, and I'll show you what we're going to use that for. We've got the paint stick to stir the paint. We've got the actual paint. We've got a little opener, and then I'm just going to apply it using a foam brush. Then we are going to use this quick set, or the quick seal. This is a kitchen and bath and plumbing. It's also an adhesive caulk, and I'm going to use this. So instead of shooting this piece back in with the brads, we're just going to glue it into place using this adhesive caulk. It's going to serve two purposes, and I'll show you how we do that here in a minute. This is kind of my secret weapon here. Yes, they are Huggy baby wipes. You can use any brand of baby wipes, but that's my little secret weapon for how to clean up the caulk, and we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so when we look at this, what we want to do is sand this down so that there's not like a little paint ledge from where whatever was on there came off. It left a little ledge, and I can fill it with my finger. Okay, so if that doesn't smooth out and come out, it's going to always be seen. You'll always see that. So what we want to do is blend this in really, really good. Now, because it's not like a hole or anything like that, you would put some kind of a putty over the top of it, some kind of spackling, something like that to cover in a dent. But this is not a dent, it's just missing the paint. So we're going to just smooth everything out, and I'm going to go out and around a little bit bigger area just so it blends everything in. That's what we're going to use this 220 grit sandpaper. I always tear off a little piece of the sandpaper, and then I kind of fold it around my finger like this. And then I'm just going to do these little circle motions, and I'm going to go over the whole area really, really good. I'm not pushing very hard because I don't want to go too deep. I just want to blend things in, and we don't want to make too many scratches or anything like that. So I'm just going to go really light around it, and you can see kind of the blending that's happening already. I don't know if you can see all the dust. So we'll go ahead and just go like this over everything until it's super smooth. So now I'm back, and this is all completely smooth. You cannot tell. If I was blindfolded, you would never know where it ends and where it begins. It's just so nice and smooth around this whole thing. So now we are ready to go. We just need to clean off all the dust. So I'm just going to use a little baby wipe, and I'm just going to clean up all of the dust. Now we'll just let that dry. Okay, since we just bought this, they did shake it for me because it had to have the color all put together. As they drop the different color in there, then they shake it and blend it all together. If I had not just picked this up from Home Depot, I would recommend using the stir stick to really stir it, but I still am shaking it up a little bit, and I just want to make sure that it's all mixed together good. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and start applying the paint. One thing I forgot to mention is I always put down a drop cloth. Anytime we're going to be using paint, we put down some drop cloth or just some kind of plastic so that we don't ruin the carpets. Okay, so I'm just going to take this foam brush, and I don't have a whole lot on there right now. Got just a little bit, and I'm just going to just barely tap around the edges because I don't want too much paint right now. But I will come back to that in a second. Let's go ahead and get some of the paint on over here. And I'm just going to dab it just a little bit. Just like that. And now I'm going to get all the excess paint off. Now it does go on lighter. It goes on a lot lighter than the rest of the paint, but it will dry. I'm just going to really lightly just kind of blend it all in. So you can see we're going to have to do a couple coats, but by going back and forth really light, It's going to give more of a sprayed on finish look instead of a brush look. So that's what I like about these foam brushes when we're doing something small. So we're just going to get in and get out just like that. So I don't want to go too heavy right now. I'm going to let this dry. We'll come back. We can keep putting more and more coats on. Right now, what's exciting to me is that the color match actually worked. Everything out and around, it's starting to look exactly like the right color. Everything's looking good. So we'll go ahead and let that dry for a few minutes and we'll come back and we'll do another coat. Okay, so it's been a few minutes and you can see it's dried really, really good. So now we'll go back and we're just gonna do the exact same thing. We'll just do a little bit at a time, just adding a little bit, and it should blend in really, really good without any brush strokes. Okay, got a little bit more paint and we're just gonna do the same thing. So while that's doing that, let's come back and I'm gonna show you how to put this guy back in. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take the caulk and we're gonna really apply this adhesive caulk really good on the back of this. So now that we've got it just kind of gooped up like this, we just get this into place and you can see the caulk is starting to come up from behind it and smush around. So I really like how that's starting to look. Make sure it's level up here where it used to be. And once it's in that position, we'll go ahead and bring the caulk back and I'm gonna go up just like that in the corner. And here's the thing, don't worry too much about, yeah, I've got a lot, don't I? Well, I'm gonna show you the trick here. Okay, so I'm just gonna caulk every part of it that we had caulked before. And even though I totally missed that, this is what we use the baby wipes for. So we're gonna come back with the baby wipe and I'll shove it back down in to the hole here. And look at how cool this trick is. So we just take the caulk, the baby wipe, look at that. Isn't that awesome? And we'll just kind of go around like that. Now, yes, it's getting all over the place, right? Well, that's the beauty of the baby wipe. So we'll get another one and I'll make another pass and we'll come back up. And I did put a little too much on there, partly because the tip of this caulk was a little bit big, a little bit wide. But you see how I can come back and clean up. The good thing about this caulk also is it is paintable. And so if there is any blemish or anything, we can go back over and paint this now, just like that. And now I'd say that's not too shabby. So now let's go check on our other paint job. Okay, so here is the final product. We got the trim back in. We were able to use that to get the color match. So that worked out really good. And then check out the door. So the door turned out really nice as well. That color match was pretty much right on the money. I am very happy and pleased with how it turned out. And you can see that there's no brush strokes, you know, if we were to have used paintbrush. Now you can also use a roller on this if you used like a foam roller, but it turned out really, really nice. So that is how you do a color match without having the color of paint. So there you have it, you guys. I enjoyed doing this project. It was kind of fun for me. It's satisfying because you take something that looks broken and you're able to fix it and make it look brand new again. So that's kind of fun to do. So thank you for joining us. If you did like this, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We have so many DIY videos that help you throughout the house, whether it's a car, yard, house. We've pretty much covered a lot of different things. If there's something that I haven't covered yet and you would like me to take a stab at it, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below. So thanks again for watching and we'll see you on the next project.